Hello. I don't know why I decided to make a video. I had kind of got some ideas for the studio in the next while because a lot of you know I've been without a kiln operating properly in 25, and part of me thinks that it was kind of intentional to force me to slow down and grieve properly and rest and stuff like that. So a friend of mine thinks that it was meant to be. So fingers crossed, I have a kiln working by the weekend. So it means then I can clear the shelves of all the stuff I've made over the year, and it'd be great to get those done and actually see what glazes I used, because I can't actually tell what they're going to come out like now because it's been so long since I've glazed them. That, as you know, if you're in ceramics, the glaze when it's put on and what it looks like compared to what its final look is completely different. I have cups and plaques for the wall there that are all looking white, but there's some magical colours underneath. So yeah, first thing, I've my window here and it is about 4:30 and it's still bright, so the grand stretch has started. I know a lot of people when I keep on at that every year, but that's like so important. I can't wait for the brighter evenings and the summer and smell of the flowers. And I'm not a fan of the cold, which is bitterly cold in Ireland at the moment, and I have so many layers on me that I think I'm literally twice the size of what my body actually is. I'm like an onion. So yeah, so the plan for this year is to work on more larger pieces rather than loads of small little things, because I was so lucky to take 2 wonderful workshops last year. One with Eileen Singleton in Waterford, and one with Tay, a South Korean potter who came over to Ireland, and that was at Marcus O'Malley's studio. I hope I've said the name right. Which is down in Lismore in Waterford, and I'd actually never been there before, so I couldn't believe how beautiful it was, and the castle, and I look forward to going back. So I learned some, really special techniques from 2 very talented people, and also learned stuff from the people that were doing the courses as well, other potters and stuff like that would come together. And once you're in a group like that, everybody shares stories or their techniques or what they use. So like it's such a precious gift, and that was shared by the lovely people that came to the workshops as well. So like I've all that to incorporate, and I don't want to waste what I've been taught, so I can't wait to kind of make some bigger pieces. They won't be perfect vases, moon jars. I want to keep them organic, and that's not just so they're easier to do, which is not. Sometimes I find as a perfectionist it's extremely hard to kind of put a bit of life into pots that I automatically try to make perfect and smooth and symmetrical. It can be harder to let go and create something that's more organic and a bit more life in it. So as a friend and mentor has said to me, Jim Bean said to me, he said, you want some life in your pots. So I'll put some life in my pots. Yeah, so that was one of the things. I just have notes here. The cottages, I'm not going to make them continually is the right word. I'll make them in batches every couple of months, and that'll be it. And I'll do that for the year. I'm not continually going to be making cottages every day, every week. It's just not me. I don't want to be stuck in that kind of, it's not a rush, it's a blessing to make them. I love making them. They have a very special story behind them and they're very important to me. But yeah, I want space to be creative and to explore and try different things and different clays and, you know, glazing and stuff. So when the weather's finer now, I plan on making a lot of batches of glazes that I've run out of or haven't made in years. So, and a couple of new ones because I was gifted some beautiful books for Christmas. So kind of more special effects and stuff. And that's one thing that will probably change, is when little Katie Kiln is up and running, fingers crossed this weekend, she has a higher firing temperature, so I can actually get her to 1300 degrees, which opens up a whole different world of firing with effects and stuff like that. Now I won't be doing that temperature the whole time because it's very hard on the elements, but it's nice that I could, you know, do a one-off piece maybe every couple of months and just not make it an actual, you know, a constant, but the option is there. So that I'm excited over that, because I there's so many different things that I want to explore, especially with glazes. So yeah, another thing is, I don't know if people want to see videos. I'm by no way technically minded. I can't edit videos. I don't have a setup. This has been done on my phone. I don't have cameras or equipment. I have a little kind of tripod thing, a little small one for the desk. That's it. So I don't know how I would film tutorials, because I don't have like a setup that would be above and that would be like looking down, you know, so that you've got a full view of what I'm working on, where all I have is like a camera propped up or on the little tiny tripod for the desk. So I don't know if that's something I'll be able to do, because I don't know how all you lovely people online do that. And yeah, and another thing is, I don't want to spend time editing videos and stuff like that when I figure out how to do it, because then clay becomes secondary, and then you have to focus on, you know, that kind of stuff for social media, and that's a job in itself, and that's not a job that I want to do. I just want to make. But if I can do something the odd time, if you're interested, I'd like to try it. But as I say, it won't be a daily thing, a weekly thing. It'll be intermittent. Yeah, so let me know if you'd like to see that. Another thing is, there's definitely going to be more pots, plates, cups with sighthounds on. Anyone that knows me knows I'm addicted to dogs, and particularly sighthounds like greyhounds, lurchers, salukis. So I did do a plate, which you probably saw on my feed, but I can't actually, you won't see it now because it's covered in a layer of transparent glaze, and that means that it's just like, it looks like a white plate. And I'm dying to see how that comes out of the firing. That's going to be in the first firing, and we'll see how it goes. And from there, then I'll know if I want to do more. But like, I've sketched them over the years, you know, doodles of them everywhere, and I want to put them on pieces. You know, I like, look at that face. I want to get that like on, you know, onto pottery. I want to be able to open my kitchen press and take out a mug in the morning and there be a lovely sighthound on it. So yeah, so that's what am I on, 3 ideas now, and I definitely want to make some stuff for the garden for the summer. I took up gardening last year. It was kind of like a hyper focus thing, because it helped me with my grief. So you probably, I don't know if everyone knows, I lost my dad at the end of 2004. 2004, my daughter was born 2004. And at the end of 24, I'm still back decades. I just haven't moved forward at all. So yeah, so I just found comfort in the garden. So the garden was full of flowers in the summer that I grew from seedlings, and it made me happy. So I'd like to have some pottery out there, and larger pots and wind chimes and all sorts of magical things. So that's something else. And I hope to get some Bridget's Day stuff made in time for the 1st of February. I'm just so happy that it's been made a holiday now, and that there's, you know, the country pauses and celebrates, whether you celebrate Saint Bridget, the goddess Bridget, you know, whatever your preference is, or all of the above. But I hope I can get some mugs done and some little plaques, and maybe just some of the crosses, you know, that you can hang. That would be like a Christmas decoration, but they'd be for Bridget. So yeah, that's it. Oh, and my lovely mug is by Sonia Jars of Clay. I love this one because it's closed in tighter at the top, which means it keeps the heat in because it's so cold at the moment. Yeah, so enjoy the grand stretch and I'll keep saying it. Bye.